Hey guys, welcome to Keys Moths. I have in my hand a Brazilian skipper caterpillar. And one of the cool things about this caterpillar, guys, is that the skin is completely transparent. And I'm gonna flip over and show you that right now. All right, well, here we are. And while this is not what we're after, not what we're looking for, I always like to show off some of the bugs that typically don't get a whole lot of love. And you know me, I love moths, but is this guy gonna cooperate with me? This is a Pyralid moth, and he's not cooperating so well right now, but what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to show you guys one of the cool little Pyralid moths that lives down here in South Florida. Got the Latin name here on the bottom. I can't remember it offhand, but I will put it on the bottom there. This is one of our moths of the Florida Keys, semi-tropical species. Not yet, bud. Not yet. Tropical species, and they live in the grasses. And if you want to get really confused really quick, you start studying some of the micro moths down here in South Florida. And this one, I believe his name is ethlius. I forget the genus name, but the species name is ethlius, which is the word for church. And they name it that because of the windows in the wings. I guess the idea is supposedly it looks like stained glass windows. And so there's a church moth, guys. And they like to sit on the undersides of these leaves, which is pretty cool. This is a blade of grass. And for size comparison, there's the tip of my finger. Yep, there he's flying. Let's see. Yeah, for size comparison, this is what they do. Pyralid moths. Well, now he's going out into the swamp. All right, guys, so what we're actually here to do, we are actually here to look for some butterfly caterpillars that, when you look at my channel and look at what the audience actually likes, one of my most popular videos was one I did when we looked for Brazilian skipper caterpillars. And the Brazilian skipper's host plant is this big aquatic lily that grows commonly here in the swamps in South Florida. And I'm literally at a local park, and they have some of it growing here in the sidelines, along with some pond apple here. And we'll take a look at the pond apple too and see if we can find any cool caterpillars on that. But I figured I would show you guys. Oh, now here we have, on the other side of this leaf, there, she just flew. There's a Brazilian skipper, guys. So let's see if we're lucky enough to have him or her land. Okay. So let's see. All right, there it is. Brazilian skipper is right here, guys. That is the caterpillar that we're looking for. And the cool thing about this caterpillar, and probably why it's so desirable, is that the skin of this caterpillar is completely see-through. It's got no pigment. So you can actually see all the organs of the caterpillar inside. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and find some and see if we can show off that crazy, wacky worm. And one of the best things, whenever looking for skipper caterpillars, the best thing to do, the best way to start, is by looking for leaf folds, because skippers typically make some kind of a housing out of the leaves of their host plant, and they hide inside of that housing. And when they do, all right, check it out, guys. So this is literally how I found this. This is a lily leaf. And what they do is they use their silk and they make these little, they spin these little silk nodules here that attach the two different pieces. So I'm gonna, whoop, look at that. Bingo. Guys, actually the first leaf we checked, we've got what looks to be an early final instar Brazilian skipper caterpillar. So let me see if I can go up close here and show you some of the craziness of this caterpillar. Let me see this here real quick. See if I can get a focus going. All right, now I'm gonna zoom. Now a caterpillar, guys, is one big digestive system. That's all it is. And this is kind of tough to get a still shot. So I'm gonna resituate my camera here and get you a good still shot of this caterpillar so that you can appreciate what we're looking at. All right, we have a little white peacock floating around. Let's see if we can get any images of him. Not really. Okay. Well, we've got one caterpillar down. Let's see if we can find anybody else. Sun's going to go down pretty soon, so I don't have a whole lot of time. Now, there's a whole bunch more of this stuff way back here, but I'm not going in there because the water's really high and I've just got flip-flops on. I don't feel like getting bit by a snake or something like that. So I'm just gonna chill. And I think we'll be able to find what we need just by walking along here. Oh, there's a skipper. You gonna cooperate? Yep. How come butterflies don't cooperate with me? Okay, guys, I'm coming up to another strand of accessible water lily here. And I see a fold, a skipper, caterpillar fold. Can I reach it without getting my feet wet? Yeah, barely. All right. There's another great example of a skipper tent from the Brazilian skipper. So, oops. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to attempt to film and open this. So, as you can see, these little silk strands right here are what hold the leaf together. And looks like there's about 4 of them. 1, 2, 3. Let's start popping these guys open. 3, 4. Oh yeah, there you go. Look at that guy. That's a big boy. That is a big boy. Look at that guy. Woo. Excellent. All right, let's see if we can see any inside motion in here. You can see how that central heart muscle kind of just oscillates, and there's like 2 layers of skin. There's an inside layer of skin that's got those little white veins, and then there's an outside layer, an exodermis, and it stays still, and you can actually see the white veins moving across one another, seeing it breathe, seeing the heart move. Very cool. So I'm going to see if we can find anybody else. That's 2 nice big skipper caterpillars, guys, that we've been able to find so far. 2 nice big skipper caterpillars. Let's see what else we can find here. And I'm always looking on the pond apple that's always in the same habitat as the there's a lizard. Yeah, I'm always looking on the pond apple just in case we find a giant sphinx caterpillar. Actually, the largest moth in North America, I believe, is a giant sphinx, Calpodes anteus. And this is the host plant right here. And I've seen a few of them in South Florida, not many, seen a few, but caterpillar would be an impressive thing. So we're gonna continue to look for that guy. But what I'm seeing here, maybe not quite as impressive as the giant sphinx, but this is actually a fruit-piercing moth. Look at this guy. This is a caterpillar that feeds on pond apple. And as you can see, there's 2 caterpillars on this one leaf, and they have many different color forms. What a cool caterpillar this is. Very, very distinct moth. It's called Gonodona Nutrix. It's a fruit-piercing moth. The adults actually pierce citrus fruits with their proboscis. They are very seldom seen, but there's a number of, they're pretty common, but they don't really commonly come to lights. In fact, there's another one here. Guys, there's 3 caterpillars right on this one plant, real close to one another. Oh, I wish I could find a giant sphinx. That would be super cool. That's like they're bigger than, a giant sphinx caterpillar would be bigger than my hand. And how we would look for that is we would look on the ends of these pond apple, or this is actually an Gonodona species. And we would look on the ends of these, and what we'd do is look for one of these big stalks to have absolutely no leaves on it. That would be a good indicator that a giant sphinx was in the area. I don't see any indicators right now. You know, another way you can look for them is look for the eggs and small caterpillars that would be just on the very tip of the leaves. And we can do that, but right now my goal is not to look for those. It is to look for Brazilian skipper caterpillars. And here is another leaf fold, so we may have another Brazilian skipper caterpillar, guys. Let's see what we got here. This is an older leaf, and what's interesting is, look how tiny the caterpillar is. That's so small, guys. I don't know. It must have been using another skipper's old leaf fold, because look how big this home is, this leaf fold. They typically don't make them that big. So what must have happened is, this is the leaf fold from a previous caterpillar that's much larger, and it's now abandoned, or maybe the caterpillar got eaten or something like that. And now this little guy right here is taking advantage. And as you can see, he's starting to eat his way through this leaf fold right here. So that's really, really cool. Big time. The white peacock is another species that we will encounter at the water's edge in South Florida, guys, because it feeds on plants that literally grow right out of the water. So this guy's letting me get really close with my iPhone. Thanks for that, dude. They're usually that friendly. Let's see if I can find his host plant. His host plant shouldn't be too far. In fact, I just found it. There's actually 2 of them right here. This carpet flower, or creeping Charlie, and there's the flower right here, and I can show you, this is what it looks like, and it grows right along the water's edge. And the other host plant is Bacopa, which is this little purple flower, and it also grows right on the water's edge. So both of the white peacock host plants are right here, and that's why there's plenty of them here. And if I were to look for any length of time, I'm sure we could find some caterpillars, but that's not why we're here. We're here to look for moths, and I'm going to show you some in a minute. Well, as I look out in the water there, which I'm not going into, I didn't bring any water boots, and I'm not going in there. I just don't feel like it. I've got in a video anyway. You can see there's plenty of skipper damage. There's a leaf fold right there. And as I look up, you can see that there's plenty of leaves with plenty of damage on them that are more than likely Brazilian skipper related. But I've got my 2 big caterpillars, so I'm gonna just take another little walk right down the way here and see if I can find anything else. But if not, I'll be content with what I got. Okay, here's more Brazilian skippers. Let's see, there's a little leaf fold, nobody in there. He probably grew and got a little bit bigger and moved himself down to this one. Nope, nobody in there either. It's possible that he's here, maybe? There he is. All right, there it is, guys. He's probably a third instar caterpillar, and I'm not gonna disturb him. I'm just gonna leave him where leave him stay there to grow nice and big. But that's how easy it is to find Brazilian skipper caterpillars, guys. This thing is absolutely mutilated and pretty easy to find. I wish all caterpillars were that easy to find. I wish giant sphinx caterpillars were that easy to find, but that is not happening. You can spend many, many, many hours looking for one giant sphinx and just not find them. So there's another Gonodona right there. Another Nutrix. Love to find me a big, fat, green sphinx larva. That would just be wonderful. More Gonodona Nutrix, fruit piercing moth. This guy's chewing away. Check him out. I gotta take a few of these home and raise them and show you guys the adult moth on that. Okay, all right. Now, one cool thing about this, when you disturb them, they hang on by their back 3 sets of pro legs and curl their head up underneath their body, I guess to try and protect the head. But I love the orange spots with the white stripes on these things. They're so cool. What a cool little moth caterpillar. Cool little bug here in South Florida. Yeah, well, that's about the end of the road, guys. This is, as you can see, it's like a little city park here. It's got a little lake, and on the borders of the lake are always these Everglades related plants, pond apple and Brazilian skipper little lily here, which that leaf again is tore up by Brazilian skipper caterpillars. But that's pretty cool. And we get to see this stuff right here in South Florida, like little Gonodona Nutrix and other little critters. Oh, there's another one, check it out. You start to be able to see them easier and easier the more you look for them. Look at that. There's another guy right there. Gonodona Nutrix. All right, guys, so I've got my hands full here. I've got my 2 Brazilian skipper caterpillars. I've got some Gonodona Nutrix, fruit piercing moth caterpillars, and I'm going to make videos on these guys. I'm going to show you how long does it take a Brazilian skipper caterpillar to remake his tent after it's opened. Let's see how long it actually takes him to do that. And we're going to show you some other cool stuff on these caterpillars. Oh, also, the Brazilian skipper caterpillar is completely see-through. I'm going to make a video and show you all that I can show you about what happens inside of a caterpillar. If that sounds exciting, check the link in our bio, and we are going to show you that video. Guys, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and hit the bell for notifications, because when you do, you'll get notified when we put out new videos like this. And guys, you can go to a little fun little city park like this and find cool things to see. You don't have to be in the Everglades to find cool bugs. We have them right here in our backyards in, well, if I can find them, in urban South Florida. All right, guys, like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to check out the website. It's keysmoths.com. Got all kinds of cool information on the butterflies and moths of the Florida Keys there for you. Take care. Let's enjoy South Florida. Bye now.